Hey, welcome to another new creature review. This is Omar. How you doing? Today we're kind of taking a different turn on the format because so I have a 2-pack that came with a bunch of heads, and I had a Black Widow that came with this head, and I had a Ronin who came with a head that, oh yeah, this one. He came with this head, and I didn't like these heads on their figures, so I swapped them out for the Hawkeye and Black Widow 2-pack. So that's what happened to these heads. That 2-pack also comes with an Iron Man head, as well as the two heads back there, Nebula and Ant-Man. I switched them out though because that's what I want to do. They're my toys. But I think the Clint Barton head and the Natasha Romanoff head work better on these figures. I didn't want a blonde Black Widow. It's just weird to me. It doesn't look bad, you see. It looks really good. It has that Scarlett Johansson flair. It's a little glossy. But I just, it just didn't do it for me. So let's go ahead and look at that first. So here is the new Endgame Black Widow head. This one is Infinity War. So this is the Black Widow that came with the 2-pack. Well, her head anyway. The body is the Infinity War body. Now, it looks a little different because I took the vest off. I don't know what the deal is with the vest. It looks good, just like everything else. It looks good. It's just, why, And underneath is just the Black Widow. Let's see. Let's zoom in. We just have the Black Widow uniform with the textures here, and the zipper down, and the Black Widow logo. You've got the belt going on there. She has her little tasers, which are a little problematic because they don't like to stay in there. I might put some poster tack in there just to kind of keep them in place. But this figure overall looks really nice, and surprisingly, it has high heels, but it still stands really well. So that's nice. Articulation is typical. We got the ball jointed head. You got pretty good range of motion there. And yeah, there is a hinge in there too. So she can look up. And it does look really good. Like it doesn't, the proportions don't really go wonky when she goes all the way up or all the way down. So that's cool. She has a swivel and a hinge, swivel here and a hinge, and a swivel and a hinge, and she has a ball jointed diaphragm, which has some excellent range. Pretty good, right? And then we have there's no waist swivel. We have a ball jointed hip with a thigh cut at the top that is completely, well, not completely. It's hindered by this belt piece because it comes down to her taser holsters, which are glued in place. So there's not going to be much, but I mean, she doesn't really need it. So it's good. We have double jointed knee, and we have an ankle rocker and a hinge. That hinge is really tight. I'm not gonna do too much there. Now, let's go over to her other body, her Endgame uniform body that's sporting the Nebula head. Let's check out the female Avengers uniform body, because this came with the Nebula head and the Black Widow head, which looks really good. I think the female body is a little more unique than the male body, because I think they used the male body like 3 times. Once in this 2-pack, and once with Captain America, and I think one more time with this guy. But I may have just seen a picture of that guy with this head. I don't know. I don't remember. Or I just don't know. But check out the details on this. The head is really nice. I really like Nebula. She's just a really unique character, and I like the prosthetic that goes into the actress's face here. We've got all this right here on the side. We've got the bronze pieces that come on her cheek and her head. We've got the dark blue coming down through her face, and the dark silver on the top. Then we have we got the panel lining on her face. Gosh, I love this. It looks really good. And there's only a little tiny bit of flashing. They did a really good job cleaning this one up. And that is excellent likeness. Now, this body is basically the same as the Black Widow body. So I'm not going to go too much into articulation. So let's just keep checking out the details. We've got these red running lines here, red abdominal lines, these accents, these black shoulder straps. Then we have all of this, all the rigging on the back. Yeah, looks really good. And then this is all textured right through here. Yeah, there's not much to say about this. It's a very plain. It's very uniformy, you know. So there's not much to say, but it does look good. I really like how it turned out. So we're gonna stand her back up. And let's check out Ronin. So this bow actually came with the 2-pack along with this head. This head was on the male body over there. So check it out. Check out that head. There's a little bit of messy paint right there, but that's fine. Got the shaved sides. It looks really good. And that does look like Jeremy Renner. You know, just I said on my Unpacked video that I didn't think he looked like Jeremy Renner when I was looking through the box window. But getting him out of the box and then just doing one of these, you know, it's like, there's Jeremy Renner, there's Jeremy Renner, there's Jeremy Renner. That's all that really matters. There's Jeremy Renner. You know, it's like, it looks good. It looks really good. This particular figure came with a hood, but the hood works way better with the original head. Here, you see, the original head just had the eyes showing, and I didn't like that. That has like there's no character to it, you know. It just looks like a generic ski mask kind of thing, and or like a ninja mask, which is what he's supposed to be. It's Ronin, you know, but it just didn't have that much character. Now that has character, and it looks really good. But the hood would have been nice if they had a down version. You know, like who has a down version? Spider Gwen. She has like a down hood, a piece that goes around her neck. That would have been a nice addition to this. But I mean, he doesn't need this either, so it's good. It's all good, and he has his sheath, which I stuck the swords in like this. I don't know if it's supposed to go like that, but it works. I stick this in the back. Nope. Come on. There we go. Yeah, and it goes in nice and clean. No worries at all. It just looks really good. So let's take a look at the rest of his detail here. Let me straighten him up a little bit. I had him all posed. I need to get him a little more vanilla. There we go. I like the gold accents on this black, and I like the drapery on his jacket. It looks really good. And they picked out the zipper. I don't know. I like it when they pick out things like that, because it shows a little bit more like that they care, you know, and it's nice. You know, there are some buckles that I wish they would have done in silver or gold. Like there's one right here, and there's a matching one here. He has some things on his belt. Those don't really need to be. And his bracers, those look good. And he has gold in his hands. That's a nice touch right there. Let's see. Yeah, I like how it's bunched up right there. They did a good job on this. I think this is the seam where this jacket can come off. I am not taking this off though. I tried to put this back onto Black Widow, and I had a huge problem with it. So I just, you know, it's like I wanted to see how she looked with it on and off, and then I was like, you know, I want to see how she looks with it on again. And I tried, and it just didn't work. So if I take this off, I feel like I'm not going to be able to get it back on. So we're not even going to mess with it. Let's see, his pants. Again, they're straps. And I don't know if these are supposed to have like little metal buckles on them or what, but you know, it's all right. It looks good. It still looks good. He's got his knee pads, the gold trim with the black mesh on the insides. And these shin guards look really good. Overall, I really like this figure. We got these tactical boots. I don't like this. It's a weapon, but it's molded into his leg. So what are we supposed to do with it? You know, I don't like little details like that. I don't mind like a something on his belt, you know, like a utility belt where it doesn't open. But this, it's a weapon. That would have been awesome if they pulled that out and it was like a switchblade or something, you know. But I feel like they missed a good opportunity there. Let's get this guy back in his pose. Oh, you know what? Haven't done articulation on this guy. He has full neck articulation with the hinge and the ball joint. Hinge and swivel, hinge and double jointed hinge and swivel right here. I don't feel an ab crunch, but I don't want to check for one either. Oh yeah, there is one. There's an ab crunch in there. I imagine it's just like that one though. We have ball jointed waist or hips. There is a waist swivel, but you know, I mean, actually, the jacket doesn't hinder it at all. It goes all the way around. It's nice. We got an upper thigh rotation. We have double jointed knee. He can kick out pretty far. And then we have, oh geez, can crunch up that far. Oof. Then we have an ankle rocker and a hinge. That one's nice and clicky. That's nice. All right. Okay. And then we will look at his original body. Ronin's, I guess, Hawkeye's original body. This is the Ant-Man head. And it looks a lot like the Ant-Man head that comes with the first 10 years. Oh, not first 10 years. The Ant-Man and Wasp head. Very similar. If not spot on. I haven't really compared the two. And the details on the body are pretty much the same as the female body, except for this is the masculine body frame. Everything else is pretty much the same, like right down to the red accents and the silver paint. Everything is pretty much the same. I mean, they're uniforms. They should look the same, right? It's good. It's really good. Yeah, it looks good. I like that Avengers logo, that texture underneath. It looks really good. So this guy's articulation, I want to say it's the same as that guy, but I can't take off his jacket to make sure that this is in play. But everything else is pretty much the same. You know, we've got the rotation, we've got the full up and down range on his head. We've got bicep swivel. We've got double jointed. Oh, that's okay. This joint was locked for some reason, and I had to push the pin out with a screwdriver and trim the teeth on the soft ratchet in there, because it would not go like this. For whatever reason, it was just too... it almost felt like it was glued in. So I cut down the teeth on the elbow piece and stuck it back together, and it works fine now. It still has that soft ratchet click. I didn't trim it too much. Yeah, hinge and swivel, double jointed elbow. Let's see. Ab crunch. We've got waist swivel, ball jointed, thigh cut, double jointed knee, closes up that far, kicks out that much, forward, back. Let's see. And his ankle has a tilt and a hinge, which is kind of softer than Ronin's. So let's do that. Oh, huh. Okay. All right. Let's zoom back out. All right. Yeah, let me scoot this over just a little bit for framing, and let's do some size comparisons. Here they are with the Equestria Girls, Sunset Shimmer, and Twilight Sparkle. Here they are with Spider-Man and Miles Morales. And here they are with Vice Admiral Holdo and Marvel Legends Hercules. And finally, we have Transformers Siege Soundwave with Laserbeak and Mega Man Fully Charged Airman. All right. You know, I absolutely love how these figures turned out, because they look really good right now. But I'll tell you this, just aesthetically, I didn't really care for the Hawkeye and Black Widow 2-pack with the Avengers uniform bodies, because they just looked really, really generic, and it bothered me. Same with the Captain America with the uniform. It just doesn't look dynamic. It just looks really plain. But if you saw the movie Nebula in the uniform, it's like, to me it feels like it's a way to show that she's grown as a character. And Ant-Man, I mean, he was in the he was in that uniform too, but I like him more in that uniform because the colors match his helmet. That's it. And then switching those two heads onto these bodies, Ronin was meh. Meh. That just it's just so boring looking. But with that head, it looks so much more dynamic. And then the Infinity War Black Widow, it's a gorgeous sculpt. I like the face. But I don't know. You've got this blonde hair, and that's not the typical Black Widow. She usually has red hair. Comic books, she has red hair. Many of the movies she appeared in, red hair. And then we have this blonde. It's like, okay, she's a spy, so she has to change her hair once in a while, and that's cool, and girls just want to have fun, so it doesn't bother me that it's blonde. It's just that looks like the typical Black Widow, and that does it for me. In my collection, that does it for me. So all in all, these figures to me were very, very much worth it, because they look the part absolutely. If you've seen the Endgame movie, oh my goodness, this is it. This does it for me. They just look so unique in this way. I don't know. I mean, the generic bodies just don't they don't pop until you change their heads. That's my opinion. They just don't look the part for me until you do it this way. And I don't know what to do with this poor Iron Man head. I am really, really hoping that Hasbro releases a Tony Stark Endgame figure, because he plays a huge role in this entire MCU storyline, and we only got one really good Tony Stark out of it. And by really good, I mean the digitally printed photo quality faces. We only got one. I think we got like another that was hand painted, and that looks okay, but I would really like to have a Tony Stark, and he could be holding this. This could be the helmet that he holds. That would be really cool. Anyway, that's it for my review. Tell me what you think about these and what I've done to them in the comments below. What do you think about the 2-pack? What do you think about Ronin? What do you think about Black Widow? These characters in the movie were just like, they're all so dynamic, and I love it. And I love all the growth. I love all the redemption. I love all of the maturity that goes into these characters, and these representations. That's it. This does it for me. But what do you guys think? I mean, that's important to me. I want to know what you guys think. Especially just as toys, like, what do you think about what I've done here? Tell me that in the comments below. If you like this review, give me a like. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know when I put new stuff up on the channel. Be on the lookout for more pictures of these guys on my Instagram and Facebook. That's coming really, really soon. And thanks for watching.